So for this question, you have how many options? A to E, and we want to select the one that is false. Now, let's start with E. If you look at E, it says f of x is what? X plus 1. Now, what is the domain of f? The domain of f is minus infinity to infinity, and the range is also minus infinity to infinity because this is just a what? It's just a straight line. So what will be the domain of f inverse? Now, the domain of f inverse, remember, is going to be the range of f, which is still going to be minus infinity to infinity, right? So what simply means is that what? The answer is correct. So this is true. Now, for the second one, he said if f of x is x squared when x is less than 0. So what is the domain of f? So you can see the domain of f is what? Is minus infinity to 0. So you are looking for range of f inverse, range of f inverse. What is range of f inverse? It's also going to be the domain of f, which is still going to be minus infinity to 0. So this is also true, right? Oh, let me write the true here. So this is true. This is also true. Now, C, if f is one-to-one function, f inverse is also one-to-one. Yes, this is clearly true. Then B, if f is one-to-one function and g is f of x plus what? 5 is also one-to-one. Yes. If you have a one-to-one function and you add 5, it's still going to be one-to-one. Now, another way to prove this is this. Look, let's say you have g of x. G of x is what? Is f of x plus what? Plus 5. Now, when you want to prove that a function is what? Is one-to-one, what do? You assume two values. This is another way. You say x1, x2 to be in the domain of G, right? Then you can say, assume that G of x1 is equals to what? G of x2. So you want to show that the function is one-to-one. If the function is one-to-one, then you must have x1 to be the same thing as x2. Now, what is G of x1? Is f of x1 plus 5. This is equals to what? What is G of x2? Is going to be f of x2 plus what? Plus 5. You see? Now, you can see that what? From here, 5 will cancel 5. So you have f of x1 is equals to what? F of x2. Remember, you already told in the question that f is what? F is one-to-one. So if f is one-to-one and you have f of x1 to be f of x2, then this means that what? X1 has to be what? X2. Why? Because f is what? One-to-one. So look at how you started. We started by saying g of x1 is equals to g of x2 implies, and we end up having what? X1 is equals to x2. So this means that g itself is one-to-one. So this is also true. Right. Then the one that is not true is the first one, which is A. Now, why is A not true? Look at this. This is the problem. If this is the function, f is what? 1 to 2, which is correct. So for f inverse, it's going to be 2 to 1. So this is true. You see, this is true. This is true. Now, but inside here, you have 2 to 1. This is for f. For f inverse, is going to be 1 to 2. This is also true. But here you have, so let me put it, here you have 5 to 1. So what is the inverse? The inverse is supposed to be what? Minus 1 to 5. So this is not true. So this is false. Now, it means that the whole thing will be false because you have one of these, which is not a true representative of the elements of this function. So this becomes false. And it is false because of this third pair. Minus 1, 2 is not the inverse of what? 5 and minus 1. So the correct answer is still A.